Hello! I hope that people are going to join. I actually made the announcement today that we were going to be live at 5:30 today. I did that on Twitter, and then again it's Memorial Day, so I don't know if anybody is going to join. So I will hang out for a few minutes and see if anybody will join. Otherwise I'll just keep up and do this as a live stream and then just release it as a video. This is a day I'm going to actually try to make a whole puppet while I'm live, and that might be a little bit too much for me, a little bit too what am I trying to say? Trying a little bit too hard, but I'm gonna try to do it. If not, we'll just have people. Friends join us here. We've got some puppets who are in the works, who are going to who may join, who may not. They're taking naps right now, so someone has joined us. That's good. Hello, whoever you are. Just please say hi. I've just finished saying that I am going to be trying to make an entire puppet during a live stream, which is good, which should be fun. If you've just joined, hello. I think we have one person who has just joined, which is really cool. We did finish one of the puppets that I was talking about last week. Last week I showed you the, let's see. Oh, hi! Hi! Oh, yay, Velveteen Loud Kitchen. You always show up. That's so great. It's always great when you show up to my live streams. So we managed to finish. This is Mutton. I'm not going to do a voice because I don't do Mutton's voice, but we have a contest that we are going to be making puppets for, or that we made one puppet for. Hi, Mutton. Let's see. Hi. He and his friend is going to be named Milk, and she's a cow, and I will show you her, or what's the beginning of her so far. Oh, Cricket, hi. Oh, good. We've got two of you. Fantastic. So Mutton's done. He's going to be very silent for right now because his puppeteer is napping. He's over on the other couch across that way. Yep, Mutton's looking at him, waving at him. So Mutton's all done, and I'm very pleased. He's so cute. I think he's adorable. His best friend, or we haven't decided yet. I think we're gonna call her his mom. Her name is going to be, hey, Juan, how are you? Oh gosh, you haven't come to a live stream before. This is great. I'm glad you're here. So Juan, I don't know if you've seen, but we completed this guy. You probably saw him on Facebook, actually, if you're my Facebook friend. So that's Mutton. We just completed him. He's for a thing. It's for the Gates Foundation. They are holding a contest for, hey Justin, for videos for their charities. And to help out their charities, you can make a 2-minute video on anything you want. And so Mutton is right here. Hi, Michael. So Mutton is going to be helping to talk about something called Heifer International, which is, I don't know if you've ever heard, we've had a friend who has given, hello, Scottish Geeks, hello, send me some fruit roll-ups. The other puppeteer in the house ate the fruit roll-ups, which I think they were very good. Did you like them? He's nodding, yes. He doesn't like to talk if he's being himself. So Heifer International allows you to send a farm animal to a community or a family in Africa. And so they do send out sheeps, and they send out lambs, and they send out cows. And so Mutton was the first one, and I think the reason we did him, well, we did him first because this body right here, I'm actually just heading to bed. Oh yeah, you're in Scotland. Thought we'd show some support. Hello, thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining us before you went to bed. I know the time difference all around the world makes it really interesting to see who shows up when. Hi, Lynn. So he's, as I was talking, I'm just talking to people. I keep interrupting myself. He can speak like dog if he wants to talk out loud. I think he just mostly took a nap. It's raining here in Boston, so we haven't felt all that excited about waking up today. So he's one of the people. He has just graduated and he's going to be given to a community in Africa. That's his story. And then his mom, he was adopted by a cow when he came to the farm. Her name is Milk, and so far we have this much of her done. So the other day I got the mouth plate done. The mouth plate is this part. Hi, I love your hair. Oh, thanks very much. Today we're talking about puppets, but I do appreciate if you like my hair. If for anybody who doesn't know, I used to talk about long hair on my channel, and then after doing over 120 videos about hair, I ran out of things to talk about, so I don't talk about it too much on my channel anymore. But hi. So, Milk is what her name is. I'm taking some pins out of her. So the mouth plate is done. It's rough right now. You can see it's just been glued on here, but I have the top. Her head also is a little bit, I have to stuff her head because otherwise she gets flat, and then she looks a little bit like Alien Covenant, which is like, So, but when she's done, she will have her, do I have eyes here? I think I brought the eyes over. Maybe I didn't. I brought all sorts of stuff over and then I covered it up with all sorts of other stuff. But I will show you in a second. Anyway, so the eyes will go up here and then ears and all of that. So she's in the middle of that. Oh, yeah, all this stuff is over here. So today on this live stream, I thought I would try to make a whole puppet. I got sent something by a friend of mine from YouTube. When we were building Fwed, the alien, if you notice, he is blue, but his eyes are purple, and he has some pink on top of his head. He originally was supposed to have some purple on top of his head, but when we went to the craft store and the the fabric store and all of that, literally nobody had purple craft fur, nobody had purple pom-poms or anything, and I had mentioned that. I hope everyone had a great day. Yeah, I hope you do too. And if it's Memorial Day, if you're in the US, I hope you enjoyed your day off if you had it. Otherwise, I hope you had a good Monday. So, my friend Jeannie, she has a channel called The Dazzling Duchess. Mostly she does crafts and craft hauls and crafts that she just makes crafts and whatever. She has about 5,000 subscribers. She sent me these two little pom-poms. They're actually keychains. I guess that's the thing nowadays. Everybody has these fuzzy keychains. And because we'd already made Fwed, I decided that these two pom-poms put together will be Fwed's best friend or pet or whatever, because I think he looks kind of like a little animal. Hello. Thanks for joining if you're just joining. So he's going to come together, and the thing is with puppets, of course, one of the things you want to do is hide your hand. So if I was going to try to make something this small, the hand, you would always see the hand in the way, right? Search on Google, Samson, his dog / I don't know. I don't know what you just said with that. So he needs to kind of go together, but the thing is, you could see your hand like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these to something that will allow the mouth to open and close without seeing it. And we looked around, and at first I thought I would get one of those, those reachers where it's like a long pole with a thing that can reach, but the reacher on a pole just kind of goes like this. It's like all one length. We went to Walgreens and saw that, but while we were at Walgreens, and we saw this, which is a cat paw. It makes noise, but it goes like this. And it's the perfect thing, because if you put two pom-poms on it, like this, the motion gives you this. I made a video of my 26-month hair update. Please check it out. Okay, sure. So this is what will happen. He'll have eyes on top and a mouth in here, a mouth plate, which I'm trying to decide whether I'll make black or red. Probably black. The inside of a mouth is generally black because it's dark, as you can see on most puppets. Like Mutton here, he's got a red mouth, which also works because if you've got say, you know, the skin on the inside of the mouth, you've got that. So you can do that as well. So what we're going to do is attach him to this little cat thing, and then I'm going to attach these, and then I'm going to build a little mouth inside of it, and I am going to then attach eyes and stuff. I've got my hot glue gun warming up down below, and the first thing I have to do is take out the batteries of this, because it makes that noise every time you do that. So that's my first part, and that has a little, I don't know if you can see, the batteries are just stuck in there with a screw on there, so I'm just going to take that off with a screwdriver. I don't know how interesting this will be. I'm a puppeteer, yes. If you check out all the other hundreds of videos on my channel, they're almost all puppets. We do 4 videos a week. On Wednesdays, we do a video called Sullivan Spaniel. Hi, Phone Jones. Cassandra, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm so glad that you showed up. I know you said that you'd try to make it. We are making a puppet today. We're trying to. So on Wednesdays, we have something called Sullivan Spaniel. He is a dog. He is trying to become YouTube famous. So he's desperately, every week he tries something different to catch the attention of people on YouTube, usually something that's going on YouTube. Last week he tried yoga, and that actually did really well. The next day, after I uploaded it, it suddenly got a ton of views, and I wondered why, but I noticed all of the views were coming from Asia. And that's, I think, just the word yoga seems to resonate with people in Asia. Obviously, that's where it originated. So, oh my goodness, it's got 3 little watch batteries in there. I didn't expect that. And I actually have watches that need batteries, so hopefully they'll fit. So that's good. Let me slip that back in. And then on Thursdays, we make a 3-ingredient recipe with a puppet friend. If anybody has any suggestions... Oh, actually, Velveteen Kitchen. If you are still on, I can't see the list of who's on, but if you are still on, if you wanted to do something... Oh, thank you, Lynn. If you wanted to suggest something that we could do together, I would be happy to figure out a recipe that works with whatever you're doing for a cocktail at the end of this week. And then we can talk, we can reference each other's channels. I think that would be kind of fun. I'd love that. Oh, cool. We've done a lot of sweet stuff, and we just planted our herb garden. So in our herb garden, what's the biggest challenge you've had when making puppets? Making patterns. I'll get back to that in just a quick second. So we just got an herb garden, Velveteen Lounge. So if you want to do something with herbs, then we will figure out something to make with herbs as well, and then we can maybe do a collaboration on that. JCS5 Productions. He is a filmmaker. These are fun. Herbs are fun in cocktails. We're growing some too. Yeah, I just planted some. So Juan, he's JCS5 Productions. He just asked a question there. He's got a channel which is all films, small films. Oh, okay, well, hunker down, Cricket, with the storm. He makes films, and you should definitely check out his channel if you like filmmaking. So the biggest challenge in making puppets for me is learning how to think in 3 dimensions. It's easy to draw something as, like, if you're going to draw a puppet, you can draw, like, you know, there's a mouth, there's a face, but then to make it happen in 3 dimensions is really interesting to me. And like, where is... So this is the milk puppet. This is the first puppet I've actually drafted all of the patterns for. So we got a cow stuffed animal, but I didn't just, like I have with other puppets, we've kind of just emptied out a stuffed animal and then made a mouth and then kind of stuck different things and altered it enough. This, if you can see on the inside, this is my pattern, and this is to make it 3-dimensional. I basically flattened out, I unstuffed, took the head off, very gruesome, of a stuffed animal, and then I made a pattern. But the pattern, then you hot glue this foam together. And then I had to figure out where the mouth goes, which is on the bottom here, and then make the mouth plate and figure out how that attaches to the rest of it. So Mutton was easier because his body is essentially, we just re-sewed up a stuffed animal body. This is a standard puppet pattern head, so I didn't have to make the puppet pattern. I just draped it and recovered a standard one. And then I made the ears. And the ears are made of beads. How did you come up with something to do with puppets? Okay, so Phone Jones first asked, how did I first become a puppeteer? I met Peter. Peter has been a puppeteer for 25 years, something like that. I think he learned it in college, so we're old, so a very long time ago. And he always loved Muppets and puppets, and we're both in theater, and after a show that we did called Sordid Lives, he had in that show a monologue where he talked about a pig that exploded, and it makes sense in the show. And so I bought him a little pig puppet, just as a gift, because I was the director and he was an actor in the show, and that puppet became Rupert. Then after a while, I gave him a bunch of other puppets for like Christmas and stuff like that, and one of the other ones I gave him was a black cat, because we have a black cat named Gracie. And if you've ever heard of George and Gracie, which are actors from the 1940s, they had a radio show, then a television show, George Burns and Gracie Allen. We named him George. Didn't do anything with him until I went to the Fringe Festival in New York. I met some new friends there. They're really nice. And one of them, he was very sad and depressed, and he would put up videos of him being very sad and depressed on Facebook like every single week. And it was a little passive aggressive, but what I did was I said, well, you know what, we could maybe cheer him up and also say, you know, stop making these stupid videos where you say, I'm so tired, I'm so sad, and I'm gonna go to bed. So I made one video and I called it George the Self-Esteem Cat, and I looked up how to have self-esteem and I put it online, and it was a little passive aggressive. I was like, you know, dude, cheer up. I mean, depression's a very important thing and whatever, but he was like kind of melodramatic. And so that's how George became George the Self-Esteem Cat, and his accent is just the accent I use when I talk for a cat. Whenever there's a cat, the cat talks like this. Every cat, like Gracie, she just has a higher voice. It's like, Gracie sounds like this. So that's how I got to it. That's how I got into puppeteering. And how do I come up with the ideas for the puppets? Usually the day that we have to film, which is usually the day before. I really like your 3-ingredient recipe videos. Any chance you'll start making more complex recipes? You know, there are really good cooks online who make amazing recipes. One of them's I don't know if she's still on right now, but her name's Cricket. She has a channel called Cooking with Cricket. She makes wonderful sort of southern home-style recipes. Those are fantastic. There are so many good cooks online. The reason I do 3-ingredient recipes is because I'm not the best cook. I can cook really well from a recipe that I haven't made myself, but I can make up recipes or adapt recipes if they're really simple. And I also want beginners to feel like they can cook. And also, just a secret, I guess, which isn't really a secret, the 3-ingredient recipes isn't at all about making recipes. 3-ingredient recipes now is another puppet show for me. And the only reason I do them right now, other than I love them, I love making them, and they're a lot of fun, and they get people who are searching for stuff. Like my second biggest video, other than my how to tie a man bun video, is my 3-ingredient recipe for spaghetti sauce. Like, my #1 search term right now for the past 6 months has been how to make spaghetti sauce. So it gets people who wouldn't normally search for puppets, and then they may find the channel and like it. I have met a ton of great cooks who have cooking channels on YouTube, and we've talked and we've collaborated, and they've been very supportive, and it's just fun. But mostly it's a chance for me to be on camera. The only other time I was on camera before was talking about my hair, and I'm out of hair video ideas. I know everybody comes up with a new one here and there, but I got so the stress of trying to think of a new topic for hair topics every Monday was getting to me. So, but the recipe videos, I love to make them, and we very occasionally eat them too. People have called me out because the puppets eat the recipes, the food on them, and I don't. And a lot of times it's because it's a recipe that I've made that's not necessarily something I like, and so we have the puppets eat it. So that's another secret. So what I'm doing right now off camera, it might look like I'm not doing anything right now, but I've actually unfortunately stripped. Oh cool. Oh cool. Sorry. I now have a paw. I never thought I'd enjoy a puppet show this much. Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to go for kind of a Muppets thing, you know, like the old 1970s Muppet Show. Maybe not like the newest Muppet Show. A lot of people didn't like that as much. Well, this is going to come in handy for George. This can be George's paw. That's great. I can sew a little pad onto something for George, because George never uses his hands. We're trying to go for kind of a 1970s Muppet Show, wild and wacky. We don't ever want kids to find it and think that it's inappropriate for them, so we never curse if we can help it. Sometimes there's a damn or something in there, but it's not anything terrible. They never get into adult situations. If it's innuendo, every once in a while we'll do a little bit of innuendo, especially in 3-ingredient recipes, because that's ad-libbed. That's 100% ad-libbed. Oh, cool. So now I have the mechanics. So now I just have a little thing. And like I said, oh God, I'm also going to have to vacuum when I'm done because there is fur all over my couch. But if kids find it and they like it, that's great. I must head out. I'm editing a movie as I speak. Take care. Thank you so much for joining us, Austin. You have a YouTube channel, so anybody check out Austin as well. I haven't checked out your YouTube channel. Definitely. I have to get going, Patrick, but glad to see a live stream. Okay, it's been like 25 minutes. I'm sure that people who just joined might get a little bit bored, but that's okay. I'll just keep talking for those who do show up. So this is going to be my mechanism for the puppet. This will be the bottom, and then this will be the top, and then as he talks, the top of his head will move, which it's not ideal for puppets, but I will take it. Now I just have to figure out exactly where he goes. So the next part is fitting the bottom of the pom-pom onto this. Now this will hide the fact that it is operated. You can operate this off camera. You don't see my hand. This whole part, because we do stuff on green screen, I will paint this with green paint that matches the green screen in our basement, and then that'll disappear, and so he'll be floating. If you have not checked it out yet, the most recent video by George features him floating because I was wearing a green screen sleeve. I had a hippie. You're a hippie. Oh, okay. We had a sleeve that I wore that's the same color green as the background, and then so he disappeared when we did that. So next thing I'm going to do, I am going to try and carefully cut a couple of places here and here so that I can hopefully slide this over this. I don't think it'll be too hard. I could just glue it around, but then they'd still see the background. You couldn't see him 360. So that's the next thing I'm going to try to do, and we'll see if it works. And it might not work. You never know. So those of you who have stuck around this long, thank you for doing that. Like I said, I'm going to try to make an entire puppet on camera today. I don't know if I will manage it, but I'm hoping to. Where did I put that? The tough thing with cutting this is that it's fur. The whole thing is made out of fur, so cutting into it, I kind of have to guess because I'm just making incisions into something that I can't see. So that's a challenge, but we can do it. I think we can do it. We will see. Let me see if I can do this up a little bit higher. So I'm going to actually cut into this, I think, and we will see if it works. hopefully. Could be a big disaster. An old lady trying to cut your hair? Like randomly on the street somebody was trying to cut your hair? I hope not. Okay. Alright, so, yep. Alright, so I have one half cut, a little cut in there. And now there's some stuffing in here. Let me try to get that out. A little ball. Let's do that. Let's just go all the way through. I can come through out the other end. So what I've done, let's see, what are people saying? That's why I'm a hippie. I said I made it up. Oh, okay, sorry about that. The thing with the comments is that the comments kind of go by on their own, and then I don't really always see all of them because they go by and you have to kind of scroll back. So that can be a pain. And I apologize if I missed any comments. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just cutting away a little bit from the other side at this little pom-pom. This is not precision work for sure. What I'm trying to do is make a decent enough hole. That's okay. So, so that I can just put it inside this mechanism that I bought and stripped of all its fur, and then add in new fur. And that's what I'm doing. I think most people, yeah, people are just leaving because I'm in the middle of doing that. That's fine. Like I said, if this turns out to just be me making a puppet on camera, all by myself, that's okay too. I don't mind too much. It's an odd time too, especially on the eastern side of the United States, because it's about dinner time. It's about 6 o'clock now, I think. Yeah, just about 6 o'clock. So people might be leaving on this holiday weekend, but that's okay. Let's see, I probably could have unpicked this whole thing by the seams and then sewed it back together, but I am lazy. There we go. Let's see. All right. Have I lost track? I have. There we go. Where are we? There we go. I'm just gutting this right now on this side. What I figure is I can hot glue him. I'm sewing while you work. Oh, cool. What are you sewing? That's great. I love sewing stuff. So, okay, so here's Velveteen Kitchen. Here's what is your, oh, you know what? I am so bad. I know I introduced myself to you in New York, but I don't remember your first name, and I know you probably say it a million times. You're sewing a blouse for a party. What is your first name? I'm horrible. I do this for people at work too. I've worked with people for 20 years. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, so Kelly, the herbs we have in the herb garden right now that we can use that have enough on it is basil. We have a ton of basil. We have oregano, looks okay, although I don't know how oregano would go on a drink. And we have cilantro, probably enough cilantro to make something small. So if you want to think of something that would use basil, you have good summers and bad summers. Yeah, I hope, well, hopefully this will be a good summer for you. Let's see. There we go. All right. I kind of overestimated how interesting this will be, I think, on camera, but that's okay. All right. Let me get the... And you may actually, basil can be amazing in cocktails, and we happen to have some too. Great, let's do a basil recipe. I've already done pesto before, but I'm sure I can figure out something for basil. If nothing else, I could make a really, really simple, what do you call it, caprese salad, but probably something more interesting and exciting than that. We'll figure out something to do with basil, and then we can do, we can just do call-outs to each other's channels, and then that'll be a collab, because I know I've wanted to collab with you since we met. And I love hanging out with you and your husband on your channel. That is, honestly, I don't even drink. I don't drink alcohol. Not that often. Once in a while I'll have like a cocktail, usually a girly cocktail, because I don't like heavy alcohol. I'm like not good with it, and it gives me a headache and stuff. But I just love watching the two of you, and I love your house. We love hanging out with you too. Yay! So what's happening off camera, for those of you who are nice enough to stick around, is I am gutting my first pom-pom. Poor thing. And I am taking out some stuffing so that I can lop him onto my thing. And Peter is off camera looking at me, I think very much like, I don't think this is going to work. It's going to work. I think it'll work. I feel like maybe not. But I've got it. So I'm gutting. We have a whole, because we gut so many stuffed animals to use as patterns for our puppets, we actually have 2 whole garbage bags in the kitchen. I just looked over there, filled with this polyfill, this stuff that fills up stuffed animals. And some days when you come home and I'm in the middle of, if you come to our house and I'm in the middle of this, it honestly looks like the world's cutest murder scene. The world's cutest butcher shop, because I am taking, have you been to California? I used to live in California. I lived in both Los Angeles and in San Francisco for work. Not for very long, but for a while. I lived in both places. I liked San Francisco better than Los Angeles because I found Los Angeles impossible to drive around, and also it's not a great city for me. When in the late 90s, and then again in 2005, so a while ago, God, it's been almost 12 years since I lived in California. But I like California. California's a fun place. We're down to 2 people. My goodness. San Bernardino. Oh, that's closer to Los Angeles, right? I think so. I'm not really that good, but that's all the. I live in California as well. Great. You guys could have a hangout at some point. Go hang out together in California. I have a lot of friends in California, especially from the time I lived in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. This might not be big enough, but so basically what I've done is I've cut a hole completely through my pom-pom, so as you can see my finger sticks all the way through, and now that's probably not big enough for this yet. Nope. So now I'm just going to expand that hole, and I'm going to do that. You've been in San Bernardino all your life. That's okay. Some people stick around the same places all their lives. I've been in Boston almost entirely my entire life, but I have moved different places. I moved to Japan for a while. I lived in California for a while. That's it. I've never really lived anywhere except those 3 places. All over Massachusetts, but I went to school out here and all that. And I think I'll probably stay in Boston forever because I like it a lot. And that's where my family and friends are. Okay. So first one is done. And I'm going to try to put him onto this thing. Let's see. I keep not wanting to cut this in half, which would probably make life a lot easier. I could probably just glue them right back together. Probably. Peter keeps looking at me and I know he's thinking, this is a disaster and a half. I don't want to cut it in half just because I don't want to put that there. From Hartford, Connecticut. Oh, I did. Oh, actually, I didn't live in Connecticut, but I worked in Enfield, Connecticut. And, what is it, Farmington? West Hartford. I worked there when I worked for a store, and they had a store out there. So I did work in Connecticut. I didn't live there because Connecticut is even more expensive than Boston, I think, to live in, especially around the pricier parts of Connecticut. So I did work out there, so that's kind of cool. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get this on to my thing. You guys are just catching up with each other on that chat there. That's cool. Nope, I think that this is probably going to take a little bit more. May just make more sense to cut it completely in half, but I'm still trying with this thing. I have to do 2. This is crazy. All right, let's see. Aha. Aha ha ha. All right, cool. So he's starting to come up on top of this pom-pom, which is great. And again, this is 100%, I mentioned this before. This is 100% just a whim. I don't know if this will work. This is all based off of stuff we just got gifted and made and got at the store, so I have no idea if this is going to work. But we will see. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that actually worked. All right. I have my first pom-pom attached. I may glue him. There is pom-pom fur everywhere, but he is on the bottom. So that's the first one. Second one's going on top to do that. So we shall do that. That's the next thing. And he just needs to go, I just need a hole in the bottom to put him on this bit. So let's do that next. Cutting up pom-poms. Did you think you were signing up for this? You guys are having conversations right now with each other. That's cool. It's great that you're hanging out here while you're chatting with each other. That's good. Because I am just in the middle of all of this. It's very funny. All right. Let's do that. All right, so I'm making a hole in the second pom-pom. There we go. Love black cats, my friend Spivey knows. Ooh, cool. We have a black cat, a real black cat, who's not a puppet. Her name's Gracie. She is great. I got her 6 years ago. Spicy. Oh, Spicy. Oh, are you Spicy Cat Jam's friend? How did I not know that? Oh, wait, Lynn. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Kathy is great. I just sent Kathy a box full of treats for her and Kim to try on camera. I know she's trying to eat better, so I feel a little bit bad about it, but she and Kim do that tasting it with Kim and Kathy. Gotta check on food. Okay, cool. Grandpa's from Canada. Oh, cool. Not cool that your grandpa's not with us anymore, but he is. It's great that he came from Canada. I have relatives from Canada too, from St. John. Okay. Ooh, we have somebody who's joining us right now. Let me move over.
What are you doing?
It's Fred.
What are you doing?
I am making your friend.
A friend?
A friend for you.
You make a friend?
I make a friend.
This is how you make a friend?
That's how you make. Well, so that's one of the ways you make a friend.
Oh, I thought you just go up to people and say hello.
Well, you've been saying hello to a whole bunch of people. You said hello
yeah.
to George. You might be saying hello to Sullivan this week, huh?
Oh, am I?
I don't know, but when we were having tacos for you, we kind of decided.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lynn, I totally forgot that you. I know that I talked to you before. Never heard of Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta. Oh, there's our Gracie. She's hanging around by our feet. She hates to be picked up, or else I'd show you her. So I'm making a little friend for you. He's gonna be purple.
Purple?
He's gonna have a little mouth.
Oh.
How's that?
Weird.
It is very weird. But then again, we were going to make that as your hair, but you've got pink hair instead.
What do you mean make my hair?
Well, I mean.
You mean it didn't grow?
You didn't grow?
It didn't grow from my hair?
It absolutely grew from your head.
Okay.
Absolutely grew from your head. Yes, absolutely.
I think
I sometimes get mixed up, and I think that I've made people.
You got a God complex, do you?
When it comes to all the little people who hang out on my channel, all the little, I love. Look at that Velveteen Lounge.
See what she said there?
Yep. Kelly says she loves your pink hair. There we go.
Keep stabbing it.
It's
It's not going to be very alive by the time you're done.
Oh, it'll be much more alive when he's done. He's not very alive right now.
He's a weirdo.
He has nothing to say. So what have you done this week, Fred? What did you do? You kidnapped a cat.
I kidnapped a cat.
Yep.
Well, he didn't read the invitation.
That's true. That's true. You used your teleporter. Yep. On the cat. The other cat.
I guess I had tacos earlier.
Yep. I'm enjoying this live videos. Keep up with them. This is awesome. Oh, great. That's great. It is great to have people on live videos. It's something new for us because I'm not making the hair videos, which used to be my Monday nights, so now I'm trying to do something different. Oh,
hair videos?
Oh yeah, hair videos.
What does this hair do?
It doesn't do much. That's the problem. That's why I don't make videos about it anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stab that and make it alive.
You know, I could stab it and get it all off of my shoulders. That's what I'm thinking about doing.
Oh.
Cut it all off.
You want me to take the scissors?
No. I don't want
You don't trust me?
I don't need an alien haircut. You don't have enough fingers for scissors right now. You only have three. Three fingers.
That's enough. One for one. I'll make two.
That is too much.
You want to get my razor?
No. Oh my god. I tried cutting my own hair. Have you ever tried cutting your own hair? With a buzzer? It is horrible.
With a buzzer?
Yeah.
A doorbell? You want me to cut my hair with a doorbell?
You could try it.
Oh.
What do you think?
Ding dong.
Ding dong. There's a bunch of ding dongs in this house, I gotta say. So we are going
Was that a slam?
on my house, yeah, on my household.
You always make something and don't cuss, which makes me surprised.
Oh, well,
You should see him off camera.
Off camera, I cuss all the time. I really do. But on camera,
Holy mother of pearl.
Exactly, yes. On camera, because we have puppets, there may be kids watching, and I never want the kids to watch something that's not appropriate for them. So while it might not be of interest to kids, I want to make sure that it is something that they can watch. Okay, so I did another hole, and that means that he can fit, oops, I can fit over here. Oh, I might have cut the seam a little bit too much, but that's okay. So, I'm going to have to glue him, but, oh goodness, he comes out pretty good. Look at that, little friend so far. And he's shedding a lot. But, little friend. Nom,
Well,
nom,
I have
nom.
to glue the back pieces together.
Yeah, I have to glue the back pieces together, but I've got a mouth. That is really cute. He's really, really cute. Very good. Yeah, I know, he's full of fur.
He's
the
full of
problem
fur.
with fur, you're supposed to...
Is it get everywhere?
It gets everywhere, and you're supposed to cut fur from the back because it has the netting on the back, but I had to do it from the front because we don't have any for the back. Wish my hair was as thick as Patrick's. Thank you. You know what's interesting is when it's short, it is a pain in the neck. Now that it's this long, having thick hair, the only thing I don't like about it is it takes a long time to dry. Nom, 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 nom.
Well, don't get wet then.
Don't get it wet?
Don't get it wet.
Can you do me a favor, Fred?
What?
Can you see if on the kitchen counter if there's a bag full of different eyes? I don't know if I brought it.
Bag full of eyes?
Bag full of eyes.
That's just weird.
It's just weird. I told you it's weird in this house. Nom 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 nom. Okay, so I am psyched. I am very psyched because I said that I wanted to. I said that I wanted to make a whole puppet on camera, and I have actually made a puppet that works. So I'm going to see. I don't know if I can't remember if I brought the. If it's not there, Fred, then I brought it in, but I don't think I did. Oh, I hear you. Okay, so we have eyes. That's next. Well, actually, probably gluing is going to be next. I'm going to glue these guys on here so that together first in the back. I'm going to put a bead of glue. But let me show you what I'm doing for eyes for this guy. I got this guy. Okay, cool. And I can also show you eyes are what really, the mouth is what makes a puppet alive, but the eyes are what make it have personality. So, for those of you who have stuck with me for 43 minutes, I have a bag full of eyes. Oh, sorry, what? Let me get over here. I haven't decided if she's going to keep red eyelids, but for milk, for our cow, she's going to have something like this. Those will be her eyes. Like that, and see,
She's staring at me.
Suddenly she has some, hello. Suddenly she has some personality, which I think is pretty cool.
Kind of creepy if you ask me.
Yeah, so I'm going to be working on her tonight because she requires a lot of sewing and a lot of math and a lot of cutting out. But what I got on Amazon, and excuse me, just let me do that. I looked up on Amazon and I looked up, aren't those cool? Those are actually kind of, are those from FAO Schwartz? Those
Yes,
eyes?
those
Yeah.
are the Muppet Whatnot short.
The Muppet,
eyes.
yep, Muppet Whatnot eyes. So we have a whole bunch of those, but not too many left. I have to buy some more online.
FAO Schwartz closed.
They did, they closed. So I have this thing full of puppet eyes. These are all kind of oval.
Creepy.
They're like this. And if I don't drop them. Everything's so small on this puppet. So what I was thinking is I would put them on incorrectly, so one's up and one's down. and put them on
Googly eyes.
googly, like almost like well, kind of like googly eyes, like the viruses.
Permanent googly eyes.
Permanent googly eyes. They don't move though, so they are going to go onto him, kind of like that, and then he will have eyes. But that's the next thing. Can you hand me the glue gun? You might have to ask the person to do that instead of you, Fred, because I don't want. Oh, look at you! Oh God, look at you giving it to Fred. To Fred. Oh, very good. Very, very good. Thank you very much. Ooh, is the cord getting caught up in the? No. Ah, see, that's the problem when you try to be clever. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so I've got a Puppeteer's Best Friend, which is a glue gun. Old school Muppets are cool. We agree. I love the Muppets, and Peter loves the Muppets. Someday we may show Peter's collection of Muppet memorabilia, which is truly impressive. So what I'm doing now, for those of you who even care, I don't know who does care, I've got two. I'm making a puppet. I make a little puppet friend for Fred.
And if I did, I would get in trouble.
If I did, I would get in trouble. Uh-oh, what did I say? What did you say? My cousins from Sacramento came down to dinner, visit me once a year, and when I hang out with them, I don't cuss around them. Oh, good idea. Yeah, my family does not like cussing. My mom will call you out if you curse in front of her. So
The license for the glue gun, it looks deadly.
serious. Oh, 2 takes. Oh my goodness. So they are from England. Do you know where England is?
Across the sea.
Across the sea. And they do movie reviews, and they are very funny. And I gave them a suggestion for, actually I think I said 2 takes, right? Yeah, okay. I gave them a suggestion for a movie called Twice Upon a Time, which I hope you'll be able to review at some point. I don't know if you'll like it. I saw it in the 80s, and I just thought it was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and I loved it. Aw. Aw? I think I'm missing a whole conversation. That's fine. So what I'm doing is I'm hot gluing this. Oh, cozy. Yeah, I didn't even notice Fred's taking a bit of a nap over here. So don't get frisky. So it's not that kind of show. So I am gluing my puppet. Oh, come on now. I'm gluing it together. I'm also getting hot glue on the fur and on me. I'm a nice guy, but if anger issues, it can be mean. Oh. Well, I have to say, in almost an hour, you haven't been mean to anybody on this live stream, so I really have to appreciate that. And I do understand I have a terrible temper. If things don't go right, you've heard me curse. Exactly. I am a bit of a monster when I am, and not a fun puppet monster when I am angry. So I understand that I can be very scary, but I try not to be on camera. So it's good. It's fine. I think that it's fine to have any emotion you have. You can be angry. You can be, you can think mean thoughts. We tried to track it down, but so far we only found a really bad quality VHS rip it. We want to do it justice and find it on DVD. I don't even know. I have never seen it anywhere except really, really bad rips on YouTube. And yeah, the quality is terrible. They used to play it on HBO every 5 minutes, and I think it's because it flopped at the box office, and so they got the rights really, really cheap. But I don't think that, I don't even know if they would put it out on DVD. Well, I would have to find one that was, that would work in Europe. If I ever found one, I would send it to you, but I don't think that the DVD's here and the DVD's there. You'd have to have a player.
Conversion.
A what?
Conversion.
A conversion.
Different formats and,
Yep.
and different regions.
Yeah, so you would be, no, PAL is like VHS, right? Or is that?
PAL is just is a video format.
It's a video format? Okay.
Different frame rate.
Yeah.
Different pixels.
If you see me jerking away, that's because I've just burned myself. Gluing.
And you didn't even curse.
I did no, because I'm on camera. You should see. Actually, we always do outtakes from 3-ingredient recipes, and oh my God, I'm sweating. I can't lift up my hands. So this is glued about as well as I think he's going to be glued for right now.
Gracie wants to climb up.
Hi, Gracie. Not with a hot glue gun. I'm afraid that she'd get burned. I am sweating. I'm a lovable person.
Ew.
I think everybody's a lovable. Yeah, I know. Seriously, I'm sweating. Can you grab me a glue stick? So I have glued the back of our puppet so that he can hold together. I've also glued it to the mechanism. For those of us joining, for those people joining, I have basically gutted 2 pom-poms and I've attached it to this thing that used to be a, careful, okay, I don't want to burn you. That used to be a thing that looked like a cat's paw, and I'm making a puppet. And my goal today was to make a whole puppet on one live stream. It's been almost an hour and I am only to the point where I've made a mouth that works, but I'm actually, that's beyond what I expected to. So let me cut this glue stick in half. We have this little tiny glue gun, and the glue sticks don't fit in it very well, so I have to cut my glue sticks in half to kind of do that. So let me just finish gluing him together. Okay. Glue and fur is terrible. Oh my goodness! Mutton!
Hello.
Hi!
Hi.
How are you? This is your first time on camera. I mean, well, talking on camera.
I'm a little shy.
You are a little shy. This is Mutton, everybody. He's somebody that came into the house recently. I would say I made him, but I get in trouble when I say I make people.
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, we make puppets here. And so you look kind of like a puppet. Let's just say that.
Oh.
Okay. I would be worried about his fur getting... Hi, see all the people talking to you? Look, we got, hi Mutton, hi.
I can't weed.
You can't, oh, how old are you? Are you like Rupert, you're only 3, or you're younger than that?
I'm 4.
You're 4?
I'm 4.
Oh, you're practically grown up. You should start learning how to read.
Months.
4 months. Okay. So, I think he's secure enough. I can secure him more, but it's boring to watch me hot glue pom-poms onto a...
Hot gluing pom-poms.
Yep. So I think I'm going to make a mouth. Can you put that back on the thing? You can stay on. It's really hot. Okay. So, those people who are still with us, I'm surprised. Some people stuck around here for almost an hour. Anyway, Mutton's going to be in a contest video we are doing for the Gates Foundation.
Yeah.
And I already finished him. Your mom, would you be disturbed if we saw part of it? Okay. Turn away. Look away for a second, Mutton. So this is going to be his mom, and her name is going to be Milk, and this is a cow. The cow I could not do anything interesting with on a short video like an hour, so I'm doing that. So I'm making a little tiny puppet. I think that he should have a red mouth. What do you think? Instead of black?
Go for it.
Go for it? Okay. So,
I'm not sure of my voice.
inside, do you want to be an example for a quick second? You're not a puppet, but if you were, let's say that.
I'm afraid.
Well, if you open your mouth,
Ah!
see how Mutton...
Or,
Oh no, Milk is skim milk. She is skim milk right now. So inside of a mouth, it's either red or black. Red makes it look like there's, you know, like the gums and all of that. Black can just make it look like there's just an opening there, because black means that there's, you know, more behind it. You can't see, the light can't get to it. I've used black for a couple, but I'm going to use red. This is foam. It's very thin foam. And what do you do if you want to measure out a mouth? Grab my Sharpie. So what I'm going to do is I've got the mouth open like this. And basically you put your foam, you bend it in half. And then as if you're chewing on it. It's tough to do with this because it doesn't really actually have a bottom part. Well, okay, I'll show you for you. So if I was going to make one for Mutton, I would do this and then trace here, and then trace like that. You can let go now. If you want to eat it, you can eat it. But I need some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite down here. Oh, thank you very much. So what we're going to do, because this little guy is a little bit smaller, we're going to just bend it a little bit less. And I'm going to cut this around, and it doesn't have to be exact. This can be a little bit less than exact, and I'm just going to trace around. Okay, that's about right. So I just made a little mark like that. It is very, very inexact because I'm doing it without a table and without, while you guys are all watching, but now I can just, because that's on one side, I can just cut it and it will make a semicircle that hopefully will fit into the mouth of the puppet. So that's what I'm going to do. And luckily I have a whole bunch of this felt and it's really cheap. So if it doesn't work, I can always make another one. And you try to make it a little bit bigger so that if you have to cut it, you can. So I've made a little tiny mouth. Everything's so small on this puppet. So I made a little tiny mouth, which I'm going to glue into this guy. Like this. Does that work? What do you think? Let's see. Is that going to work? Or I might have to cut it because there's nothing on the bottom to hold it. So, yeah. So if I have to just put something, glue it here and one on the top. Okay. Oh, what do you do? Looking. So every once in a while you catch a glimpse of Peter. Shh, you saw his hand. He doesn't like to be on camera, so he helps out. But are you gonna see the scissors? Okay. Just at least put your hand out so people can see. Okay, that's Peter. People have always, every time we do one of these, people say, "Can I see Peter?" And I'm like, you can't because he doesn't like to be on camera. But you got to see his hand, so feel really cool for hanging out for 57 minutes just about. Now, normally you'd have a mouth mechanism that you would move with your hands. That's why you have it. Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. See, people love you. Hi. So normally I would have something that would open and close, but this is just a pom-pom. It has no resistance. So I'm going to cut up here and under here. Did I read your first two comments? 7 more months until my 20th birthday, and I got a life this coming June. It'll be 1 year since I graduated from high school. Oh, cool. And happy birthday in a couple of, what'd you say? 7 months more until your 20th birthday. Oh, okay, so your birthday's coming up in a bit. So, sorry, I'm blathering on not reading comments as much as I should, and I do apologize for that. Do you have the... So Peter is off camera making a little mouth plate, and that's what that inside thing is called on a puppet. It's called a plate. And usually in January 2018. Okay. So that's... So this whole thing right here would be a mouth plate, and for this little one... Oh, Peter's going to do it. Is a mouth plate. And so he's going to go inside of here. So I'm going to...
Smaller, this smaller portion on top.
A smaller portion on top? Okay. So that's him. And will that work? I think so. Should I keep it like that? Looks like a shark. Yeah, if you do just go... So, try to pull him down a little bit. So, but do you think I should cut it in half is what I'm wondering? And just glue top and bottom? Or
No, I think once it's in place, it should be fine.
Once it's in place? Okay. So if I could have the hot glue gun again? I'm going to burn the heck out of my fingers, dude. I'm pretty sure. So let me just do a little bit on the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm hot gluing. I really shouldn't hold this up with hot glue all over it. But I feel like I have a nurse, you know, like at a surgery. So I'm going to glue this as nicely as I can onto here. Try to center it. Actually, I really like doing this on camera because I can do this while I can watch it while I'm doing it. So maybe give him a black tongue. That would be kind of cool. So now he looks like he has an inside of his mouth, which it doesn't look quite as much like a mouth right now because it's very bright red. But I'm going to give him a tongue and
Probably use some more glue.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was in the right place, and I didn't want it to seep out either. Also, this is a pom-pom, so when you go like this, this mouth doesn't close as much as I'd like. A little bit more resistant. Maybe I squeeze it up a bit. Yeah. Who's that talking in the background? That is my partner. His name is Peter. He is the main puppeteer on this channel. He does, when we're doing 3-ingredient recipes, he does all the puppets then. He doesn't like to be on camera. So he does puppets instead. And actually, he is the more established puppeteer as I am. I am learning every week how to perform puppets and how to work with them. Oh yeah, that'll work. Because I'm going to need a whole new... Nice to meet you, Peter. So ZPushy633 Sora says, nice to meet you, Peter.
Hello.
Hello. He's pretty shy in real life too, so don't feel bad that he's not on camera. He's a very quiet dude. So, except when he's doing puppets, Oh, that's hot. And then he talks a lot. So we have a mouth. You said my username right. Oh, good. I'm always afraid, especially when it's somebody's real name and it's a name I've never seen before, that I'm saying it wrong. We have a lot of people from overseas at my job, a lot of people from India at my job, and a lot of times I think I'm saying their names right. And in India, I think people are very, very polite, because if you say someone's name wrong and you continue to say it wrong, they won't tell you. Like people in the U.S., if you say, you know, oh, hey, nice to meet you, you know, Caitlin, and she's like, no, my name's Catherine, no big deal. But if you say it wrong to people, maybe it's just because they have a different level of politeness. So I have said people's names wrong so often. I'm trying to do this at work, and then I get in trouble, and then I feel bad because people are too polite to tell me that I'm being dumb. So I'm glad that I said your username right. But yeah, that's sometimes and I also have this thing where I do not remember people's names ever. Ow, 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 ow. And I just burned myself. Oh, so bad. Oh my God, that hurt. And I did not swear when I just did it again. Ow. Shoot. There we go. Yeah. Actually, let me put that on this. I'm going to have a blister. Ooh.
Do you need anything?
Yeah, actually, could you grab some ice and throw it into a washcloth? I just burned my finger on some hot glue. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have a bad blister. The problem with working with hot glue, especially when you have it warming up for as long as you do, oh my gosh, I keep my sweaty armpits there, is that you can burn yourself really badly, and I just did. I just burned myself so bad. Oh, okay, so Peter's getting me some ice, and he actually has the puppet, so.
You want the ice cube, or do you want the ice pack?
Oh, the ice pack would be perfect. Yeah, I just need to keep it cold. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have a big old blister on my finger, right on one of my typing fingers, so that's not going to be fun, right where you type. So you guys got to see me be injured. So the next part of this, thank you very much. While I am fixing my fingers, oh, that feels good. So I just have an ice pack right now. You got to see me be injured on camera, which probably YouTube is going to say that's violence or something. I hope not. I shouldn't even say that, but I just burned myself a little bit. So how's that look?
I'm just getting rid of the excess glue.
Okay, so when I burned my finger, I put glue. What happened was I put too much glue on the mouth plate, and then I squeezed it, and it all squirted out, and it squirted onto my finger, which I'm now trying to cool down so it doesn't get too blistery, because that won't be good. But I'm actually very pleased with it. Needs more on the bottom too.
Do you have it?
Oh no, the glue gun's over there because the. Be really careful. That's been on for more than an hour. It's really, really hot. YouTube is no FCC. That's true. Although, I will tell you something. I did a Sullivan video, which was called Virus or Viral Video, and I used the word virus on it, and YouTube originally told me that I couldn't put ads on it because it depicted disease, which was very weird because I was talking about viral video, but I noticed that it actually said virus a couple of times and you'll get sick and all that kind of stuff, and it was all a joke, and the viruses are just like these little puppets, but YouTube, because it automatically detects stuff, just thought, you know what, this is showing somebody getting sick, which advertisers don't want to put stuff on. It reversed that decision, but it was just very interesting to me because my videos, I don't think that I've ever said. I had to bleep twice in my 3-ingredient recipes when I did the bloopers, because a lot of times I will swear, like if the cat, a lot of times the cat makes me swear. She's herself. But okay, so what's happening off camera is Peter is finishing up the gluing of the mouth so that I can recover from my injury. But for those people, we have 7 in the room now. Those people just joining us, I decided I would try to make a whole puppet, on camera, and we are halfway through. We're more than halfway through, which is great. And some people have been around for the whole 65 minutes. Oh, that looks great. Oh, you really got it. Okay, thank you. So my assistant. So now his mouth is done. So little bit of glue here and there, but I'll cover it up with fur. With the fur. So strange how strict YouTube ad stuff. I know. I think some people just went way, way, way overboard with some of the jokes and stuff that they were doing. And advertisers probably aren't making as much money as I think that they used to on everything. I think any platform. I remember when I was blogging back in the early I started a blog in 1998, and you could make a lot of money. I made a lot of money from Google AdWords. I need to cut those down.
Are you using the posts or?
Do you think it makes sense for me to try to? No, I should cut the posts off.
I
think I can do them.
I'll go cut the posts. So.
You're gonna cut the posts? Okay. You're gonna do your Dremel?
Yep.
Okay. So you were born in 1998. You were born 30 years after me, dude. Just so you know, I started a blog because I was turning 30, and that was my first blog. And I would put ads on it, and my blog didn't have to say anything. It was like, today I went to the store, and today I watched TV, and we watched Survivor or whatever. And I would make a lot of money off of ads. And that was nothing. And then a long time, people said the internet's basically dead. And so you can't make money off of that. So with everybody freaking out on YouTube now, I have a little tube full of eyes. Peter is downstairs. These puppet eyes, they're more meant for dolls. And they have these things where you would put this little nubby into, let me find the washer. So you get a little nub and a little washer. And if you were making this like a doll, if I wanted to do this in the way that these are built, you take this little kind of screw thing, and then you snap this onto this. I go by Sora on social media. I go by xingcat on social media. And it's interesting, I've kept that name since 1993 is when I got my very first email address, I think, 1991 maybe. Yeah, somewhere around there. And I had a sign that said cat crossing. If you ever look at my channel, it has that little yield sign with the cat on it, and he's walking across, and it said cat Xing. So I flipped Xing in the front, and I called it xingcat. And literally, if you look up xingcat, you will find me 99% of the time. It's good to keep the same social media name. So anyway, I'm bouncing all over the place. Peter is cutting off this little post on these eyes. And then on the back of the eye, you would normally put one of these, and then you snap it on, and it's kind of like zip ties. They don't come back off. So if you've got this, the eye on the outside, this, you put the washer on the other side, and you snap that together, then you're all set. But we are going to glue it in, so we're cutting those off. He's downstairs. I don't know if you can hear it. He's got a Dremel tool, and he is putting that there. So while he's doing that, let's talk about puppet mouths. So I'm going to put the eyes on next, and then we'll pretty much be done. But a puppet mouth can be either black or red on the inside. This cow mouth is black. I need to put the black on the top because this is fabric. But what it does is it looks like it's open and empty. And then you could also do red, which mimics the color of the mouth. Trying on my laptop and see if it's a better connection. I hope so. We're having terrible weather here too, but it's just mostly rain. So we're doing red inside this guy's mouth. But if you notice, inside of most mouths of puppets, how many puppets have you made? 15? 16? Some of the puppets on this channel are commercial puppets that we have just altered a bit. So like George and Dog and all of those are basically like altered commercial puppets. But most of them, like every puppet on Sullivan we made, like Sullivan and the Consultant and all of that, those are all ours. This guy. So we have inside of our cabinets where we have our puppets, we have close to 100 right now. So inside of a puppet mouth, you have at least a tongue. The tongue is usually, if you can see, it's usually just a heart. And then you can do, I forget what that's called. What is this called?
What are we talking about? Uvula.
Uvula. Inside the mouth is that little uvula, where your tonsils are, basically. You can do this black shape. So that's going to go inside of here too. I'll probably cut a little tongue out of like pink or something. All right. So now we have 2 eyes. This eye. Now, normally for eyes, what you want to do is you want to make sure that...
question, who does the voice of Cat? You or Peter?
I do Cat. I do George. So, I do George, Peter does Mama George, I do Mama Dog, and Peter does Dog. So, if I say, hello, it is George. I'm here to talk to you about your self-esteem. There you go. Say it for me, please. Oh, what do you try? Say what for you? Oh, what do you like that dog says, Cricket? I got the name Sora. It's a character from a video. Oh, okay. You know who else needs to know about this dog?
The people?
The people. There you go. Love your hair. Thank you very much. 71 minutes, and all of a sudden people are joining. Maybe people... I was just going to explain about eyes. So, when you're talking about eyes on puppets, what you want to do... Yay! Oh, they love it when you say the people. You want the eyes to be... These would be looking this way, right? You want them to be the same shape and facing in a way that that makes sense. So your pupils are in the same way. This guy is going to be a little crazy. So what he's going to do is I'm going to put one eye right side up with the teardrop looking this way, and one eye upside down and kind of skewed. So as you see, that gives you a little
Sora
weird.
means sky in Japanese.
Sora means sky in Japanese. That's great. I used to know how to say a bunch of stuff in Japanese because I lived in Tokyo for a very short time, and then I forgot every single bit of it. Let's see. All right, so now we're going to figure out exactly where to put the eyes on the puppet. So, does that work? That works, right?
Mm-hmm.
That works. So that's the first one. Hi, xingcat. Hi, August. Illustration. Do you have a channel where you do art? Have I seen it? And I apologize if I have and I've forgotten you. But if you do art, if you have a YouTube...
Another stick.
You know, I don't... You'll have to grab another one. I can cut it for you, though. If anybody has a YouTube channel, if you want to shout yourself out, certainly do that in the comments. I would love it to have people find each other's channel from there. I know we have Velveteen Kitchen, who does drinks. We have Two Takes, who does movie reviews of usually really terrible movies, and they are hilarious. 2 young kids from England. They are great. We have Cricket from Cooking with Cricket. I'm trying to make food. I'm kind of watching. Lynn, do you have a channel too? I can't remember. I know you're Kathy's friend. Do you want to?
I don't know what you want to do, so just be just be careful.
Okay. Hand off. Ooh. Okay. This first one. There we go. I'll start with you. Okay, so what I'm doing, Peter's putting hot glue onto the eyes. I think I'm a video game character. Have you heard there is a theory that we are all in a video game? That we are all, or at least virtual reality. There are scientists who think that we might already be in one and not even know it. Got the first eye on. He's kind of out there. That fur. Okay.
Just be careful with this one and go a little goopy.
Okay. Can you just stick that right there and with the... Okay, yep, that's perfect. Let me just do that. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. There we go.
Scissors?
Yeah. A quick second. I may need some more glue. Okay, so sorry I got quiet here. I am hot gluing eyes onto my puppet, and we started... This is the longest live stream I've ever done. I made the promise to myself I would try to make a whole puppet in one live stream session, and we're almost there. This eye's a little bit... I need to re-glue him. So he's getting there. One of his eyes didn't glue correctly. Do you want to just stick it on there? But we are getting there. We're actually making a whole small puppet on one live stream session, which I am thrilled about, and a whole bunch of people have stayed the entire time, which makes me really happy. I follow you and Dory on Twitter. Dory is great. Oh, I feel so bad for her. She had... we have a friend named Dory. She has a channel called Dory Stories, and she just had a very large tumor removed. She's doing well. She actually has updated us on Facebook and on Twitter. And she... Oh my gosh. Yay! Okay. So this... Oh, good. Yeah, he's very secure now. So we actually have made a whole puppet, pretty much. I'm thinking of tongue and teeth that might work for him, too. What do I have for... I have... Oh, I might have some thin...
For teeth?
Do we have white?
Yes, we have the visor.
Oh, the visor. Yeah, teeth would be good. Maybe should I do a tongue or a Oh, actually, if we have some black felt, I could like make the inside part of his
Let's
mouth.
see how the teeth work first.
Okay.
Yes, then-
Making of a new puppet friend. Exactly. So we have gone from, for those, and I apologize to those. This is repeated information. I started about an hour and a half ago with 2 pom-poms that were given to me by a friend. These are 2 pom-poms that are glued together. I had this, which is actually, it looked like a cat paw, which I pulled apart. And when you squeezed on it, the paw would come together and it would go meow. I glued these 2 pom-poms onto this thing. I took out the battery so it doesn't make the noise, so that he can do this. We cut a piece of foam and hot glued it. I'm going to have to do some trimming. Hot glued that in for a mouth. And then we took these 2 puppet eyes, which I bought a whole container of doll eyes on Amazon, and we hot glued those on top, and so now we have a little friend. And that is a friend for our alien. I don't know if everybody is too aware of my channel, and he can't talk right now because his voice is gone for a moment. His voice has gone down cellar, but for Fwed. So he's going to be Fwed's alien friend, or his pet. I'm your new subscriber, and Dorian's new subscriber on her channel too. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I love having new subscribers. So I'm going to give him some teeth because he's supposed to be like kind of a nightmare little, like he's cute and he's small, but he also can hurt you. So when we film with this guy, one of the things we do on our puppet shows, make that out of, oh yeah, make a row, a little teeth. You wanna? We always film on green screen because it allows us to put backgrounds on the puppet videos. So this, we have green paint that matches our green screen. Will he show up on your 3 ingredients videos? I could probably operate him. He's going to be a puppet that I operate because he's going to work with Fwed, and Fwed is a puppet that Peter operates. So we can have Fwed on 3 ingredient recipes, but if you've noticed, George has never been on there. Oh, Peter is showing. This is going to be teeth. We're going to put teeth into his mouth. So he's got to cut and glue the teeth. This is great. He's actually, oh, okay. But if I was on, I can always loop in a voice. I've never done it with a really like a big character. So like George, Red Squirrel, Rabbit, the flop-eared rabbit, asshole rabbit. So I just cussed, I'm sorry, but he's the character. Andrea Jackson. Oh, I think I've seen you on Twitter. That's what threw me off. I think I've seen you on Twitter. Actually, let me just do that right now. While we're here, I will look you up on Twitter. So all of those characters I can't do on Sullivan. Sullivan can't show up on 3 ingredient recipes because I couldn't operate. I could operate him like that, but I can't talk. I'm not a ventriloquist. Oh shoot! I keep showing off. I'm sweating. I always sweat when I talk on camera, and you can see it in my shirt. I apologize to anybody who is grossed out by that. What was I going to say? So I could operate him from below, and then just put in because he's not going to speak. I've got to go. Bye. Goodbye, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining us. Nate, you haven't missed the stream. No, we are on. We're getting close to an hour and a half, and I've made a whole puppet, which I am so psyched about. I did not think I would actually manage to do it. I'm back. I didn't think you were still streaming. I really made a commitment to try to make a whole puppet on a single stream. So we are just continuing to do this. So this is teeth. Can I hold them? Oh, they're glued together?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So he's going to have teeth. Should they be that? so he won't close his mouth all that much, right? Or would you put him in? Oh, actually, if they just went inside, right?
Or
Or a little bit
just around the perimeter.
around the perimeter. Okay. So we're making teeth for him. He probably won't need any sort of tongue if we do teeth.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're making teeth and then he'll be done. So that's pretty excited. So if I did him in a 3-ingredient recipe, I could just hold this up while we were talking and be like, and just operate the mouth, and then afterwards I could make the voice and just have him go like, he's not gonna be verbal. So he's like, who do we have that's nonverbal? We have dog. Oh yeah, the consultant. The consultant doesn't use words. Dog doesn't use words. Dog goes, and so he'll just be more like. So I could add that in. Who else doesn't? The viruses. The viruses don't speak, which I was very proud to make them as well. They just kind of go, and then we speed up their voices. So, oh God, don't. Peter's got the hot glue on his leg, the hot glue gun, and I'm afraid he's going to burn himself. So I don't know if you can see, you can't see how messy my workspace is right now, but we're doing this on my couch, which is where I make most of this stuff, and it is crazy. Can't wait to reach 20 years on my 20th birthday. Well, that's good. We got to shoot. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are great. If you have not checked out Two Takes on YouTube, just check them out. They make videos about bad movies, and they are very funny. And they joined us, which I really, really appreciate. So, and like I said, if anybody has a channel that you want to shout out, you can do so on the chat right now, subbing them. Definitely do that. And Cricket has a cooking channel where she does cooking. Sometimes she talks about her life. She just talked about her 25th anniversary to your husband. So that was great. And I'm really excited because I have so many great subscribers who are also great YouTubers. If you want to, 25. I hate to say, I think we're the same age, Cricket, just about, because we're getting so old. So what Peter is doing is he's making teeth, and then we will be done with a...
the glue gun is pretty much clogged.
Oh, is it clogged? Okay. Oh, you know what it is? It's the hair all over it.
It was more so just this.
There's just extra that's been on there.
Yep.
Did it stop being hot? Is that it, or is it? Sorry, our glue gun is failing on us. No, I just wondered if it maybe overheated and...
Possible.
Yeah. If not, we can use the E6000. We have that too. So one of the thing that I said that I would do today is make a whole puppet on a live stream, and I actually managed to do that. I also managed to give myself a really big blister on my finger from hot glue. Peter is finishing up some teeth. Oh gosh, the cat is here. Our kitty is right here. Meow. She's not happy, but she's right here.
Yeah, that's toast.
The glue gun, and we've just lost the glue gun, so I think I have a 2 of V6000 here. I do. So you're not supposed to glue your fingers. I know, right? So we have this great glue. It is called E6000, and it's like super glue, and it will glue anything to anything, basically. It will glue plastic to fur, it will glue material to material, it will glue wood to metal. It's great stuff. Smells like crazy. It's terrible smelling, but it works for everything. I've been using it to make like puppet eyes and stuff, and glue them onto my characters. So Peter is using that to glue the teeth together, and then we will glue them into the puppet. I think we may have to do that off camera. We may have to do that later because we've killed the glue gun. I think it's just was on too long and it might have overheated a little bit. But
yeah, and this needs to dry. So.
Yeah. So do you have the puppet itself?
Do I?
Yeah, where'd it go? Oh no, he's right here. So what we have done today, I'm very happy. We talked about puppets. You got to meet our newest member of the family, who is Mutton, who is right here. R.I.P. the glue gun. I know. Poor glue gun. He served us well. We have Mutton right here. We just made him. He is more recent. Look how many people are joining us right now. Mutton is brand new. He is going to be in a video. Yeah, it's pronounced xingcat. Some people just say crossing cat, which works too. This puppet is going to be a little intergalactic pet / friend for. Oh, he's on the thing. For him, for Fred. So they're going to be buddies. They're going to travel together. We are in the middle of also making Milk, who is going to be a cow. This is the top of her head. This is her actual head right now. And she, by the end of this week, I hope to have her done. And we can upload the video that's for that Gates Foundation contest. And I managed to do this out of a mechanism, 2 pom-poms, a piece of felt, and 2 eyeballs. We killed the glue
It's
gun.
not even plugged in.
Oh, we unplugged the glue gun. That's why it's not working. Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't kill it. Yeah. So we've been having a good time. I'm so surprised that people have been here for a long time. Let's see. It was glued in. It was plugged into the extension cord, the white extension cord that the camera is glued. There we go. Crossing. You're welcome. I'm an old fart too. I have 3 kids that are grown. Yeah, I don't have any kids, but I have my older brother who's a couple years older than me. His twin son and daughter are graduating college this year, so I feel a bit old. So we had the glue gun was unplugged, which is why it died for a little bit. So Peter has plugged it back in. It will heat back up, and then we can finish this guy. You're a grown woman, Lynn. Lynn is a grown woman. We have a lot of grown people on this channel. Let's talk some more about what we're doing here. Oh, you're going to take him? Okay, so while Peter glues in teeth, let's talk about what's going to happen with Milk here. So I've left some extra fabric at the end of her head. The pattern is here. I mentioned much earlier on the live stream that I'm very proud because this is a pattern that I made completely myself, and that is a cow head. She has to have a little bit more height to her head because right now, like I said to some folks, she looks a bit like an alien, like the aliens from Alien. So I'm going to stuff her head and put eyes and ears and horns on her. And then on the back here, I have to complete the skull so her head rounds out into a neck. And then hopefully that'll go down. What I'll do is from here, she'll go down like that. And then I will add eyes and a body, and then she'll be done too. So that requires a whole lot of sewing. Peter is gluing in teeth right now. I'm so excited about this. I am so excited. I didn't think we would get this done today. Oh, I see. Needs more glue. So I'm watching him doing something off camera. I do apologize. So yeah, we just went to the fabric store and we bought some more of this white. This is an off-white fabric, and I'm going to make a whole body for her, and then she will be done. She's going to be quite a large puppet because if you notice, her head is about the size of a person's head. If you look at it, so her body's going to be about torso sized, and so we got to keep her light, but still look like she has some weight to her. Am I the only 19 to 20-year-old in this chat group? I don't know. I never ask people's age when they come into chat, but you might be. Can't wait to see Milk. Me either. It's interesting when I'm making these puppets. You don't feel like you have. You don't feel like you have actually a personality of them until they're done. Like they don't actually feel like anything. Usually, I think until you add the eyes, and then once you add the eyes, you actually have that. Or when you add the teeth. So Peter just added the first row of teeth on the bottom. These are foam hearts. I'm gonna grab a heart. Oh my gosh. that blister really hurts. So what he did was he took these 3 foam hearts. You can buy them at the store. They look like this. And they come in a package. When I find the puppet I got when I was 5, I'll show him on one of my videos. Oh, that'd be great. So he just glued these together in a row of teeth like this. And then glued them into his face. So that adds that little bit of danger to this guy, who is going to be an intergalactic alien pet, just like just to hang around with Fwed, because Fwed can't be all by himself while he's an alien. Nope, he can't be. So, and we have made him from scratch today. No pattern, so I'm very happy about that. Oh my God, that's a lot of hot glue. Yeah. I keep looking off camera. Peter, my partner Peter is right over here. There's old people in the, yes, we are old people. That's okay, I don't mind being called old. The alternative to getting old is not being around, so I'm okay with being an old person. Yeah, so he's finishing up the teeth, and then this will be done. And we have been here for an hour and a half making puppets. The live streams can get incredibly long, and it's funny because I don't even notice that the time's going by, but I have no patience for live streams when I'm watching them. Like, I will put on a live stream and then I'll go do my laundry, and I'll come back and I'll talk for a bit, and then I'll run off and I'll do something else. I find live streams work for me when I'm sewing. If I'm sewing puppets, I tend to get into this zone. Like this took about 6 hours of sewing to finish all of this to make the pattern. So I would put on, like, say, Velveteen Lounge Kitchen or Scottish Geeks, or I forget who else does live streams, but there are some people who do live streams, and I just will pop that on and watch them, and it really does help out quite a bit. It helps out the channel, and it also is really interesting to watch. So we got to give him back. Live streams do get very long. Yeah, and Drago Nate is he's a gamer. I found his channel because he found my channel. And I think you found me from the long hair videos, right, Drago? Right, Nate? And I don't watch gaming because I don't know. I've just never been into gaming. But he also does parkour. Every day he'll upload a video, and sometimes he goes into the parkour gym and he shows off all these really cool American Ninja moves. This live stream was great for me since I just finished my blouse. Oh, awesome. You should are you going to wear it on a video? That'd be awesome. Oh, those are some terrifying teeth. So Peter's finished the top. Yep, I came for the long hair videos of yours. Yeah, it's funny how many people... I'm not a kid. I'm almost in my 20s, which is right around the corner. Yeah, it's funny. When you're younger, it feels like you get so much older as you get towards 20 and towards 25. And then when you're older, everything feels young if you're under 30. And now that I'm going to be... we'll do a live stream from the party in late June. Oh, awesome. Cool. It's funny because next year I will turn 50. And I don't feel like I should be turning 50, and yet time marches on. And it's funny because now anybody who's under 30, I'm like, oh, it's so nice, you're so young, you have so much time. And yet that is so cool. I like him. You want to... Oh, he does parkour. I have to see his channel. Yeah, definitely check him out. Drago Nate. Parkour is awesome. They can see him. We just have the thing in there. So this is him with his teeth. So he is done. 94 minutes, and he's gonna attack me. So 94 minutes. At least we've had, I think at the most we had 12 people in the chat, but we had a lot of people visiting. It took 2 of us. Peter did half. I did half, and we have made a little friend. A little friend for Fwed. And Fwed's going to come in.
Oh, there you are! I've been looking all over for you. Go back to your room and think about what you've done.
See? So this
I'm a disciplinarian.
what's your friend's name?
Fred, of course.
Oh, that's right. Everything on planet Fwed is called Fwed.
Of course.
Yes, so this is
How else would you identify him?
Fwed's friend Fwed. So little Fwed.
He's a lowercase.
He's a
Fred.
lowercase Fred, maybe with a period at the end.
period?
Just Fwed.
Okay.
You go Fwed, and he's Fwed.
He's a Fred stop.
He's a Fwed. He's a Fwed. I love the teeth. Okay, so we're going to talk about old people for a second, just for a quick second. If anybody is old enough to remember, what was it called? It was Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. Did anybody else see that, where she got the voodoo puppet or the voodoo guy on Trilogy of Terror? Is it just me? I might be the only one. I was a kid. It came out in the 70s. If not, look it up online. This looks like the little... Did you ever see Trilogy of Terror? No, I will have to show you this.
What's a two-way tower?
It was on at Halloween, and it. I don't remember the other stories in it, but one of them had Karen Black, who was an actress who was big in the 70s, and then I haven't heard from her for a long time. And she got this voodoo priest thing, and there was a doll in it, and the doll had teeth, and he had a fuzzy face like this, and it chased her all around the apartment, going like. Oh, you love him. And yeah, and it looked like him. So this is Fwed's friend, Fwed. No, look it up on YouTube. It's called Trilogy of Terror. If you do Trilogy of Terror Karen Black, I bet it will show up. Because it's been around since probably 1974, 1975, somewhere around there. I was a little kid. It scared the living daylights out of me when I was a kid. And it had a little guy with big teeth like this, and he chased a woman all around the apartment. And eventually she turned into a voodoo doll, and it was scary as anything. And yes. So I'm going to let Fwed take his friend, and he's going to go away. And it has been 96 minutes, so I'm going to finish this off. We're going to get some dinner. I'm going to attend to... Oh my god, I remember... Oh, House of Dead Dolls. Of course you remember Trilogy of Terror. Yes, House of Dead Dolls. You don't upload much, but you talk about... evil kind of dolls, but also about... what do you call it? Horror movies and stuff. Horror movie tropes and such. And so check them out too. They are one of the most consistent people who pops by my channel. But so we've been here 97 minutes now, which is longer than I expected to. I have probably used up my entire internet bill streaming today. So I'm going to finish this off. We are going to get some dinner. Thank you to everybody who has joined for this stream, especially for those of you who joined us for the whole time. Hanging out with somebody for a full hour and a half is amazing to me. It helps out the channel quite a bit. Let's see, my friend, our friend, we made him in less than 2 hours. I injured myself. I taught you, I hope, a little bit about puppets. If you like this, please I would love it if you would share it on Twitter, on Facebook, anywhere you share it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Subscribe to each other in the comments, because helping each other out on YouTube is one of the best things ever. We will see you again at another time. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Fwed.